In today's video, I'm going to show you how to go from this to this, a wow brow. That's what this video is all about. So welcome to the third video in my series, Camera Ready Makeup. And if you have missed the previous two videos, I'm going to recommend that you go back and watch them. I will have them linked in the description box, especially that first video in the series, because it's going to really kind of set you up and get you to understand what this series is all about. But if you're new here, my name is Dawn. I have been in the beauty industry for 28 years, and I have spent many of those years as a professional makeup artist. I've also had my YouTube channel for over 4.5 years, so I know a little bit about applying makeup for when you're on camera. And that's what this whole series is about, Camera Ready Makeup. I am teaching you all the little tweaks that you can make to your everyday makeup for when you're going to either be photographed or be on camera and video. So today let's talk about wow brows. Again, going from this to this because brows really help to frame your face. They are super important. So I am going to walk you through three things. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to shape your brows, how to fill your brows in, and I'm going to teach you how to set your brows. Now I have all of this information in my ebook as well, and right now my ebook is at an introductory price for only $12 through the end of the year. So I have an ebook that goes over everything we're talking about in this entire series on Camera Ready Makeup. So if you're interested in learning more or purchasing that ebook, you can go to my website, beautybydawnb.com, and let's get right into it. So to shape your brows, you want to take your brow pencil, and I'm going to show you exactly where your brows start, where they end, and where your arch should be. So taking your brow pencil, you're going to apply it along the corner of your nose, just like this. And then do you see where the brow pencil is? That is where my brows start. So I'm just going to kind of make a little mark right there. Take that pencil right there on the same corner of your nose, go across the corner of your eye, the outside corner of your eye, and then this is where your brow is going to stop. Now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where the arch should be. So right from the corner of your nose, you're going to go across your eye, and you're going to go through the center of your iris. So that's the colored part. And then that is where your arch is going to be. So I need to look in the mirror to be able to do this correctly. So let me do that real quick. Right there. So now I have my 3 dots, 1, 2, 3. So to shape my brow, I'm going to connect those dots by underlining the brow. So I'm going to just focus on the bottom of the brow right now. So I'm just going to draw across, connecting, and then down. Okay, now that I have this brow shape, what I need to do is start filling it in. So if you want to, you can also outline the top and then fill the whole thing in. But if you want a little bit more of a natural look, what you can do is just take your brow pencil and you can start to fill in by drawing little hair-like strokes. Now, depending on the brow pencil that you use, some are going to really give the illusion of brow hairs. Some are not quite as fine, so you're just really going to be filling in the brow, kind of like coloring it in. So just depends on the product that you have. But what you want to do is you want to focus on the center of the brow first, and then the tail end and the beginning of your brow, you want them to be a little bit lighter. So we don't want to fill in real heavy-handed on the end or the beginning because it can just give too harsh of a look. So just start to fill it in kind of more in the center, and then just adding a little bit to the tail in the beginning. Now, if you have really thick, dark, luscious brows, you may not really even need to fill them in very much. Just fill in the areas where they're a little bit sparse. But if you're like me and my brows have really started to fade away, I need to fill in pretty much the whole thing. And your brow pencil should be within a couple of shades of the tone of your hair, if you're brunette. Now, if you're a blonde, I know a lot of blondes like to have a dark brow because it gives them that contrast. Or if you have gray hair, you might go with a blonde brow pencil, or you might even go with a brunette brow pencil. It really just depends on the tone of your gray, and if you're more salt and pepper, or if you're more like of a white gray. So, but if you're brunette like me, you want to really stick within a shade or two of your hair. So basically, we don't want to have dark brown hair and then have like blonde eyebrows. Now, another thing I like to do is take a spoolie. So I have a spoolie on the end of my brow pencil and just kind of brush them through a little bit just to kind of soften it up. Now, if you do have a brow pencil that really creates very, very fine hair-like strokes, you may not want to brush them through because you could ruin the look that you just created. So it just really depends on your brow product whether or not you brush it through. And brushing it through, I notice I need a little bit more coverage right through here. Now, another thing I like to do before I set my brows is take a Q-tip, and if you have any areas where you got your brow pencil, maybe you went a little bit too low, or maybe, you know, you went a little too far or something like that, you can take a Q-tip and just kind of clean up around your brow to kind of like straighten it out, or just to kind of clean it up. So if you've already applied your foundation and you need to clean up a little bit, just make sure that you go back with your foundation brush and just replace any foundation that you might wipe off with that Q-tip. Now, to finish off, we're going to set the brow. So you can use either a clear brow gel to set it, or you can use something with a tint. So I actually have a volumizing brow tint. So this is going to add a little bit of color, and it's going to add a little bit of volume as well as I set those brows. So that is Wow Brows. That is how you shape, fill in, and set your brows. If you want more information, again, check out my ebook. I will have it linked below. And that is part 3 of my series, Camera Ready Makeup. Next week, I'll be talking about eyeshadow, eyeliner, and mascara. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.